been?
All right, have you?
You gonna be rocking the same shirt all season again?
Yeah, I mean, why break a classic, you know?
No, it's very classic. No, I love the fire sauce stain from the Taco Bell.
I don't know what you're talking about. Where's the jacket?
Season 2. It's updated look.
Whatever.
Just speaking of updated looks, though, we did change. I noticed you're on shorts now.
Yeah, you know, it's this summer.
Dude, this is like April, and if we're going with the summertime logic, what's with the combat boots?
Let's just go do the show.
Are you planning on going to college up north? Is that like your attire? Is that what we're doing with this now? No, Carl, wait. Don't walk away.
Next up, Iron Man 3.
Got a lot of apologies to make. Nothing's been the same since New York. You experience things, and then they're over. I can't sleep. And when I do, I have nightmares. Honestly, there's 100 people who want to kill me. I hope I can protect the one thing I can't live without.
Ladies, children, sheep. Some people call me a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher. Lesson number 1. Heroes. There is no such thing.
So that was Iron Man 3 starring RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., you know, the great Robert Downey Jr.
Is that a Gatsby reference?
Maybe. Also starring Gwyneth Paltrow, People's Most Beautiful Woman of the Year this year.
Not this People's, just People's.
Other people voted.
Other people voted. I wasn't consulted. Unless you like that.
I think she's pretty, but I don't know if she's the most beautiful.
Apparently you're into condescension.
Maybe.
Explains our friendship.
Also starring Don Cheadle. Am I pronouncing his name right?
Don Cheadle?
Of Ocean's movies and Hotel Rwanda.
Basically Terrence Howard's replacement after Terrence Howard thought he deserved more money than Robert Downey Jr. to be an Iron Man.
Yeah,
good call, Terrence.
Yeah,
I mean, I know you got the Oscar noms, but really, come on.
Yeah.
You're not even Iron Man in the movie. And you're asking for the movie.
Don Cheadle's got the Oscar noms too, right? Didn't he get one from
Hotel Rwanda?
Right,
yeah. Like that, yeah.
Also starring Guy Pearce.
As the industrial espionage.
Another small role, just like the one from last year with Prometheus. And these little tiny roles a lot lately.
Well,
he's like character acting. He's like character acting.
Brilliant actor.
Yeah. I want him to be.
It's like that scene in Wayne's World 2. It's like, sure, it's a small role, but can we get someone who's seriously good at it?
But
Charlton Heston, ladies and gentlemen.
He did Lockout last year, and that was a major movie. But I want him to be in a major, serious movie.
Well, Prometheus, he was a pretty major role, but still. Anyway, this one.
Also, Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin.
Yeah, a British guy playing a Chinese guy. Thank you very much, Hollywood, because you know what? That's like the same thing. They're all foreign, right?
I figured they didn't want to be the stereotype of making the Asian guy always the bad guy. Like
his name is the Mandarin.
I'm not going there. You continue on your spout.
All right, so I'm going to just skip the comic part of Iron Man. If you don't know who Iron Man is at this point, you cannot be helped. I don't know how. There's
been 2 other movies.
There's no other way to communicate it to you. Industrialist, captured, builds suit of armor, kicks butt, heart, shrapnel, yada, yada. The thing to look out for, though, is a couple of little historical tidbits just about the Iron Man legacy that might come up in this movie, given what I've seen in the trailer. There's this concept called like nanotechnology and stuff like that.
Which we see in movies a lot.
Which is coming possibly into the Iron Man universe with some of this stuff because he actually develops technology at some point in the comic book series,
Right.
which allows him to control other electronic objects, and not only that, to basically just be Iron Man all the time, where he actually has like almost like a bodily link with the Iron Man armor.
It's like telekinesis through technology is what it almost like.
Pretty much.
It's like he thinks it, and then the little nanobites read his thoughts, and then send almost like a Wi-Fi signal.
It's like magic if you don't understand technology.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then speaking of magic, though, we have the Mandarin character, who seems to be more turned into a terrorist in this movie.
Right.
And in that same vein of where we're trying to make all the superheroes seem very real and very modern in the world, the Mandarin seems like, let's call a spade, Osama bin Laden. It's supposed to.
Oh, very much. He's got the beard,
Precisely.
It's very
And not only that, he seems very educated and everything like that. And you know, Osama bin Laden was a very educated man. He was the smartest one of his family and everything like that, despite being a mass murdering fuckhead.
And really tall at that.
Yeah. But
really tall.
yeah, 6'7" guy on dialysis. We couldn't find him for years, but whatever. And so we have that character who is, if you notice in the trailer, there is the set of rings that he wears.
Yes.
This is what in the comic books gives the Mandarin his power.
His power shaped in like mysticism or magic.
Exactly. He is supposed to be the antithesis to Mr. Tony Stark.
Right.
American industrialist billionaire.
Right.
Capitalism, everything. You know,
Right.
it's just like you can make your own bones. Here's someone who's intelligent and tries to figure out everything through deductive reasoning, and that this exists in this world.
Right.
The Mandarin apparently gets his power for some otherworldly aspect, some preternatural aspect, and takes these rings. Each one has a different power, and not only that, he is supposed to be a throwback to like the feudal days of like Japan type deal, where he is controlled because the gods said so.
Right.
And so therein lies the opposites, and not only that, but the Mandarin.
Just real quick, not just feudal Japan, but the British and most monarchies.
Feudalism in general.
Yeah, they all monarchies were.
Basically, you have a lord of the land, and everyone else is a peasant who worships the Lord, and does as he says. Mandarin likes that. Tony Stark's more the, like I said, the capitalist ideal. Yeah. So that's the background on this. Another small note: there's a character in here kind of referenced Iron Patriot, which had been previously an Iron Man villain, but it kind of looks like they've just kind of, instead of calling Don Cheadle's character
War Machine,
which is Rhodey's character.
Right.
Instead of calling him War Machine, it looks like they may have co-opted Iron Patriot as his moniker instead of calling him a War Machine, because it sounds very negative if you think about it in a certain light.
And also like all movies, you start, the first movie had one Iron Man. I wouldn't call what Jeff Bridges' character an Iron Man.
Well, actually, he is one of the villains. He actually makes mention to his actual name in the comics, which is Ironmonger.
Right.
He says, we're Ironmongers.
Right.
That's
so
actually his name.
But anyway, so you had Iron Man and Ironmonger, and then the second one you had Iron Man, War Machines, and then all these drones. And now in this movie you have Iron Man,
Iron Patriot,
and then you have
all these
other Iron Man suits that Tony Stark is controlling through this supposed nanotechnology.
Could be interesting because the whole idea behind later Iron Man comics, like towards the middle, was there's a thing called the Iron Wars, which is the technology gets completely out of control, and there's so many people with Iron Man tech that Iron Man actually starts hunting the tech down.
Yeah.
And because it gets out of control, and pretty much people are using it for their own means.
Yeah, we saw this in Iron Man 2 in the Congressional Committee meeting where they're showing different countries that are experimenting with that technology.
Iron Man technology, yeah.
Right.
So that's the comic book background that I think you need going into this movie. Right. Pretty much, story looks the same. There's an industrialist who's trying to take out Tony Stark. You have a villain who's trying to take out Iron Man.
And in this movie, we got something different. We got director Shane Black versus Jon Favreau. Favreau, who did the first two.
And Shane Black, by the way, handpicked by Downey pretty much, because Downey
worked with him in Kiss
Bang Bang, which pretty much revitalized Downey's career after he had been the teenage junkie actor, which is like he had ruined his career, essentially. But then he gave him a chance, and then he's back, and then he starts doing like the Tarantino movies. Or not Tarantino.
That's Tarantino.
Yeah, I was thinking of Natural Born Killers, but that's not Tarantino. That's
anyway, that's Oliver Stone.
Anyway,
but the point
it's like the same thing.
Anyway, director Shane Black, first director say was Kiss Bang Bang, but what he's mostly known for is his writing. Lethal Weapon,
which is considered the action movie.
Last Action Hero, The Last Boy Scout.
Lethal Weapon.
Last Action Hero. I love that movie. It's my childhood favorite right there. Anyway, but he's known for a lot of male-centric action films.
Why do you set me up like that?
Talk to the hand. Face don't want to hear it. Male-centric action films. That's what he's known for. And from watching the trailer, it looks like it's going to be exciting. I'm kind of pumped for it. Yeah, looking at the trailer. I'm pumped for it. But if you're not into like the whole comic book Iron Man stuff, you might not be so pumped for it.
I'm letting you go.
So I'm giving a green based on like nerds, you know, or people who love comic book movies. But if you're not, a matinee. A matinee. If you're not.
Okay, I'm gonna say almost the exact opposite. Not on the rating scale,
Oh.
but this is not for comic book people.
Okay.
We have clearly veered off of the Iron Man mythos. We're creating our own separate mythos, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not knocking it because you have to do certain things to make a movie viable. But that's how you end up with Dark Knight Rises, is you just end up basically working your own universe, ignoring the mythos, and you piss off nerds. Because we're all sitting there going, this isn't the Tony Stark I know, this isn't the Iron Man I know.
But the problem is, people have to remember that.
I let you talk, sir.
I thought you were done.
No, until I say what my rating is, I get to rant. And so I think that this movie is going to be far and away the least accurate to the mythos that's currently established. Not only that, some of this movie just seems so 2D. Like the whole thing with the president, and not in this trailer that we've been showing, but in the third version of
not William H. Macy, William.
Either way.
This guy.
It doesn't matter. The whole idea of it is that like they elected a president on a single platform to find this one terrorist, and they have all these like little snappy quotes that the Mandarin's always saying, like this is the first day of what's left of your life, like just this whole idea of like it just seems so two-dimensional. I'm not excited about this movie. For that, I'm gonna give it a yellow. I'm gonna wait for that's DVD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. I was about to say with more here at Showman Movies, but clearly we're not at Showman Movies. We're here in the CMA 10 studio, but we'll be back with more.